Make a little video of a project I got myself into here. I've got a Whirlpool MH1170 XSB3, I believe is the last boot. There's a bunch of microwaves from Whirlpool that take this door. If you're looking at this video, you probably found out that the whole door replacement is around $200. You can get them for maybe $160. Well, anyway, the issue that I had is that the door handle, while new, would start to flex on the bottom half of the microwave. It would pull the outer plastic door shell away from the door itself. And taking this thing apart is a bit of a pain. I'll link a video from the manufacturer that actually describes the general overview of removing the door assembly and taking it down to this level. It's general to, I guess, Whirlpool microwaves, but it does apply to this one, and it's perfect. It just requires a lot of effort. So my problem with this right here is twofold. So this guide assembly here connects to the outer frame with this screw point here and this one here. And if you're looking at this, you can already tell the problem. The standoffs, or rather the mount points that connect, you know, this one's hanging in there. That's all right. This one went and sheared right off. So on top of this entire assembly, moving up and down inside of here, you can see right here where the actual handle mounts inside here. If I could, there we go. Where that would mount inside there is supposed to be one of these helpful plastic guides here, which also has shattered. This one over here is just in a bunch of pieces. This one's somewhat intact. So I've got like a two-part solution to try to help this. The first, and I don't want to disassemble this too many times with me holding the phone, the first was to add a L bracket here into here. And in this case, I'm going to add this bit back into here, and hopefully that'll provide enough rigidity where this will keep. For this one over here, since the whole bit is shattered, I actually ended up trying to figure out a way to add some support underneath there, because without that plastic bit, you can see the only bit of floor strength that it has is this longer piece over here, which is pushed down by the whole assembly. So in this case, there's just a big old gap in there, and if I were to add that L bracket in there, all the support, all the stress would really be just pulled back in, and it would probably pull through even the outer plastic over here. So I needed a bit of decent strength plastic to put in there. I've got a 3D printer, but I opted against that just because PLA, it's not suited to this. So I ended up getting a nylon. Actually, I think it's nylon. I'm not exactly sure the material. But this is just actually a light switch. I ended up dremeling off the piece which you install that gets screwed on, and dremeling out two small notches. If I could get a little flash in here. Here we go. Those two small notches actually fit right in there. So maybe, just maybe, that would add sufficient support for this entire unit here. So I'm going to try to work with just one hand here. Okay. So I've got that bit in there. This is the part that's shattered, but it has enough, I guess, some support when it's all together as one piece. And this bit, you can see my Leviton plate under there that's doing the trick to hold that all in. So my trick to assembly here is, once you have this part, the forward piece rocks into these little hooks. And just as an overview, like that, you want to rock it in and then drop the whole thing in. And then these clip as you go down. Also, two of my clips over here are broken, but I believe this all together will provide the structural rigidity that it needs. So instead of just the single screw, the original screw and washer, I'm just dropping this right in here. Should probably pay attention to what I'm doing. Alright, might want to take the screw out. Have it as one piece. So L bracket first. There we go. So L bracket in there. And then I'm going to go ahead and drop the screw. There we go. And then the same for the other side. So same thing. Drop it in there. And the tension, I think, on pulling this all together should tighten up the whole assembly once you cinch it down. All right, tell my cats to get out of here. So once you get this together, I will cut back in and I'll go ahead and see if it's all together. All right, if I could get a little bit of focus here. Okay, how about that? Extra zoom, we got focus. All right, so my point here, I've got this basically assembled inside of here. And the more you tension it, the more the L bracket starts to bite in and add that structural rigidity. Same thing on the other side. Maybe I can zoom out here and still get the focus to work. So same thing here. This one's pretty much tightened down as much as it'll go. I think this is going to do the trick. Everything is sandwiched together now. And it's all one piece. Now, there's still 2 more screws for the outside assembly here. And those will secure the inner door cover here, and here. And you'll want to add, if you have it like mine, your other mounting point over here, which might be moot at this point. It might snap off like the other one, but at least we have some extra support in here with the aid of my Dremeled Leviton wall plate from a light switch. Also for that, I forgot to mention, don't get one of the unbreakable nylon ones, the ones that are flexible. This is one of the standard ones that is a hard, tougher plastic that doesn't quite bend. So I figured that rigidity would help in there. So hopefully this helps you. I'll probably cut this video, and if I get it all back together and make sure it's not floppy anymore, and declare it finished. Alright, so confirmed, problem solved. It's no longer floppy on the bottom here because I had a couple broken tabs. The outer plate there still has a little bit of flex to it, but as far as the actual point, that is pretty secure. Our brackets are doing their job in there, and that little support frame is working quite well. Final piece of advice, I would really suggest that you do make sure it's all secure and mounted before you put that final piece of inner trim on, because that is a pain to get off. That's it. Good luck with yours.